What's up guys, Guided by Jesus here bringing you another Clash Royale video. As you guys can see, we are 9-0 in Classic Challenge, so I'm gonna share you guys the awesome deck that helped us get here guys. It's the very first time that we use this deck, especially in Challenge, and we're already owning with that deck. So here it is, it's a bridge spam deck using the Night Witch, the Bandit, and the Log as legendaries. Unfortunately, there's not much you guys can use to sub in the Night Witch and the Bandit because it would really change the aspect of being a bridge spam. I guess you guys could try to use Mega Minion for the Night Witch and Knight for the Bandit. You can also use Zap instead of Log. But it would change a lot of the aspect of being a bridge spam, guys, just because of the fact Elixir Collector is so dominant in the current meta, and this would really help you just go ahead and punish whenever they use that Elixir Collector. But one of the key factors of using this deck is, as you guys can see, it does have the Pekka, which is really strong in the current meta, guys. And I really recommend saving the Pekka in order to be able to defend. Do not try to make pushes with the Pekka. A great thing you guys can do is, as you see here, I place those goblins in front of my Pekka, allowing them to absorb and take those shots from the opponent's Pekka, which makes our Pekka live pretty much full health. Unfortunately, we didn't have anything there to assist because it's not double elixir yet, and we had already used our log, so my opponent was able to easily clean my Pekka there, guys. But yeah, for the most part, you want to save your Pekka. Make sure you only really use it in defense if you know your opponent has already committed 5-6 elixir in the same lane, or if you see that they play, you know, a giant or a golem, anything like that that's really tanky, and you'll get a lot of value from your Pekka. Do not go on investing 7 elixir on the same lane, you know, just to go on offense, guys. When it comes to bridge spam, when I say bridge spam, I'm really talking about Night Witch, Battle Ram, and Bandit. Okay, so I did use the Pekka there on the far back, but only because I saw already the type of deck that my opponent was using. I knew that Goblins and Log would be able to quickly and efficiently defend against his pushes. So that is the only reason that I did that. Also because we were attacking on the right side, so I figured that he most likely would place his troops on the right. And because of the fact that he used all his troops on the left trying to get me, and I was able to defend really well with just goblins and log getting a positive elixir trade. Look at the push I was able to get with the Pekka that I placed in the back, guys. So I was really able to punish him. I kept on applying pressure with those bridge spam decks, with the bridge spam cards, I mean. And I was able to take that game really fast, guys. So that is the first game I had to share with you guys. One thing I need to say is there's only really one weakness to this deck in my opinion, and that's air troops. I really have a hard time with air troops, but nonetheless we were able to win. As you guys can see, we are 10-0. But those are the troops that give me the hardest time. Normally I have to save Fireball for like Minion Horde or anything like that, and I just really try to hold on to the Night Witch so that I can place it on the back, have it spawn as much bats as possible, so that way it could help me taking down my opponent's air troops. So we were able to defend the opponent's attack there quite efficiently, guys, and we were already able to also take 400 damage off of his tower with a counter push. So the great thing about this deck is the Battle Ram and the Bandit, they charge and they get to the opponent's tower really fast, so it forces them to have to answer and have to make decisions, and sometimes they end up making the wrong decisions because they see that if they don't do something, and if they don't do something fast, we're gonna inflict a lot of damage to the tower. So that's really good. It forces your opponents to make mistakes. So here I could have used the Bandit there, taking advantage of the bats, but thankfully I didn't because of the fact that he played the Ewiz, which would have easily taken out our bandit. So we'll play our bandit here on the back, just not so that we won't leak elixir. Seeing that he used the fireball and missed my bandit, I played the goblins because check it out. Normally goblins ask for log, and I knew that log wouldn't hit my bandit, so that was a really nice little combo. Only 5 elixir there, making tons of damage to my opponent's tower. So now that I know his deck, I know I can go ahead and play my Night Witch, which, like I said, normally I try to hold, and I mostly only use it after I see my opponent has played some aerial troop, or if I want to go ahead and do a combo between, you know, Battle Ram and Night Witch, and I want to punish if my opponent has played Elixir Pump. So goblins do a great job here at tanking, absorbing, allowing the tombstone to spawn even more skeletons, which the tombstone does a really good job in this deck as well, guys. It is a really good defense, in my opinion, the best defense on the current meta, because it does good against all of the cards that are just really popular in this meta, like the Battle Ram, the Bandit, the Hog Rider. As you guys can see, it's doing a great job at defending and distracting the Pekka. I do that little trick again of using the goblins in front of the Pekka, which allows them to absorb the shots of my opponent's Pekka and allowing mine to live as much as possible. As you guys can see, our opponent only inflicted about 200, if even, damage to our tower that entire game. We had full control, guys. We did really well. And here we go. We're going for that clean sweep. Let's try to get 12 wins here. That's what to me is the most exciting part of this deck, and just really made me have to share it with you guys because of the fact it's the very first challenge I play with it, and we're already 11-0. So how could I not share this with my viewers? I always try to bring you guys the best decks possible. And the crazy thing is, guys, believe it or not, I put this deck together myself. I mean, I know that these cards are really common to see, but I've honestly never really seen this variant of this deck. I didn't really look or copy anyone else's deck in order to play this deck. I just pretty much put it together with what I have been seeing in the current meta and with what I thought would probably work. So like I said, in putting this deck together, the only thing that in my opinion leaves it weak to is air troops, which, you know, Lava Hound is still out there, but it's not as common. It's definitely not as common as, you know, bridge spam, as Three Musketeers, etc. So that's why I put this deck. And looking at my opponent's cards here, I see that I'm gonna have a pretty hard matchup because of the fact he has minions and minion horde, and he's using Pekka as well. Oh man, and he's using Three Musketeers. So I know this is gonna be a really hard game, because of the fact that the only really good thing I have against his minions, minion horde, and Three Musketeers are the fireball, and he's also using an elixir pump, which a lot of times asks for me to fireball as well to not allow him to build a huge advantage. The problem being that if I use fireball on his elixir pump, what am I gonna have for his minion horde or his minions? So that is one weakness of this deck, like I said, guys. But nonetheless, we made him pay there after he used his elixir pump. Let's try to win this game anyway. I do use goblins there to try to go ahead and kite the minions. Unfortunately, only one of them was distracted by the goblins. So he's coming in with a massive push here, guys. He has an elixir pump. He definitely has elixir advantage. I use the Pekka here to hopefully defend against his Pekka. Only 30 seconds left on the map. We have to try to defend this, and we can just fireball his tower. Oh no, that's game. That's definitely game. Very well played here by our opponent. He knew all we really had was fireball, and so he split his push here, making me decide to fireball either the right or the left side. And unfortunately, he was able to get us. If we were able to defend that at least, you know, for 10 more seconds, we would have won that game 1-0. But unfortunately, we really didn't have the favorable matchup here, even though we played pretty well in my opinion. Being the first time that I used this deck, guys, competitively in challenge, etc., now I know to hold Fireball for Minion Horde. Because I mean, I just didn't have absolutely anything for that Minion Horde. I could have, you know, used Tombstone, Goblins, Pekka, Night Witch to go ahead and defend against the Musketeers, but against Minion Horde, there was nothing I could have done with my other troops. So that is definitely something that I've learned, and which is good, and why I wanted to leave this footage of that match that I lost in this video, to also be able to share this with you guys. So if you guys decide to use this deck, make sure you save your Fireball for Minion Horde, okay? Because of the fact that there isn't much that we can do to defend against those air troops. So I'll play Goblins here in the middle. What this will do is it will distract the Mega Minion, allowing my tower to take it down, and so that Mega Minion lost all its value there. I played the Tombstone there, also allowing to defend against the Battle Ram pretty effectively. The Bandit here, guys, pulling the Pekka away from the tower. So we did really well here defending, in my opinion. He did get a little amount of damage on our towers, but it's nothing compared to the damage we were able to do to his right tower. So I didn't like my cycle here, so that's why I quickly used that Battle Ram to try to fix my cycle. And we're gonna go ahead and use this log on this Dark Goblin. We waited as much as possible to hopefully hit his Battle Ram as well, which we did. Goblins here distracting the Mega Minion. Tombstone for the Battle Ram. Like I said, guys, Tombstone coming in big against, you know, a lot of the cards on this meta, so really try it out. We were able to take down his Night Witch in offense, which was really good, with only a 3 elixir Bandit. So this game is looking pretty good for us right now. We'll go ahead and push with the Battle Ram again, since he keeps on having a really hard time defending against it. We'll now play our Night Witch on the back to start spawning bats. We'll play our Pekka for his Pekka, use the Goblins here to go ahead and absorb the damage from his Pekka. That's a really nice little trick, guys. As you guys can see, our Pekka didn't suffer a single hit from his Pekka. Fireball will come in big here, cleaning up the Barbarians from that Battle Ram. Our Bandit connects really good. Oh, our Pekka nearly getting a hit off, guys. So we'll use the log here to chip at the tower, take down that Dark Goblin. Is this gonna be game right here? Oh, he plays the Pekka here. The Pekka is gonna quickly take down our Battle Ram. All we really have to do at this point is cycle Fireball, guys. Defend here. Tombstone doing great job here against all of his troops. This log, really good log here, because not only does it take down the Dark Goblin, but it also does damage to the tower. We only need 2 Fireballs at this point, so let's use the very first one here, taking advantage that he played that Night Witch in range, so we got value from that Fireball nonetheless, and the Battle Ram connects, so that's game. Really good game here for the 12th win, guys. Our opponent barely even touching our towers. Very good games here. So I really had to share this deck with you guys. Let's see what we're gonna get from our 12 win chest. 2,000 gold, really good gold here for the 10 gems, 9 bats, 12 royal giants, 68 ice spirits, 10 barbarian huts, and 1 poison. Awesome. All right, so I'm really looking forward to getting that poison to level 6. We're now only 10 poisons away. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. This is the deck once again, rocking the Pekka, really good in the current meta. Goblins, Bandit, Log, Night Witch, Tombstone, Battle Ram, and Fireball, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Try out the deck, let me know how you guys do with it. Go ahead and leave your comments and your likes if you guys enjoyed it, and most importantly, guys, don't forget to subscribe for more Clash Royale content.